Hey, Scrappy people, it's Tracy Reed here today, coming back with the second part of my Cocoa Daisy South Beach spread. The other side of the spread is, of course, selfies of me, because what is a selfie if it's not of you? And I am just continuing right where I left off. I moved from one page to the other, so I got the mess still on my desk, matting this photo in the remnants of this purple paper. And like I said on the last video, the new Cocoa Daisy Traveler's Notebook kits have these folded 13 by 8.5 pieces of paper, so I'm going to take full advantage of those for these 9 by 12 layouts. And I'm going to center this green one right here on this pink one, and of course it is still not quite the right size, so I will add to the mat when I'm close to done here. I'm just going to work with it as it is because it's only a ½ inch too narrow, so that's not a big deal. I have these 3 photos, and then I have this journaling card and this pretty vellum with rose gold paper. And I'm just going to have at it, start building this cluster. These are all, obviously taken at the same time, but I liked them all, and I'm a little bit vain. So I'm gonna put all of them on here. If you take a good picture of yourself, you should scrapbook it. Nobody else is gonna scrapbook you except you. So I'm gonna add journaling to this page that covers both pages. And initially, the way I had these in my album, this would be the right-hand side of the spread, but it ends up going the other way around, and this side ends up being the left-hand side, and you'll see why at the end. Make sure everything is aligned here and straight, because I'm super anal retentive that way. I'm going to add in some of this cute washi tape. I've been trying to use more of my washi tapes lately, especially since I get so many adorable coordinating ones in the Cocoa Daisy kits. I'll make sure I use them. I'm going to use this one in 3 places. 1, 2. Keep putting it underneath things because I have such a close crop on those photos. The words on that journaling card go right up to the edge, so if I put them over the photos and the journaling card, it would cover things up. So I'm just going to slide them underneath. Last one here. There we go. So I just added fun little pops of color. I'm going to add some more of this cork. I liked the way that soaked up the sun that looked right there on top of that photo. Thought about adding that pink tag in, but then it was just too repetitive with the pink sitting next to it. I have all of these rub-ons left over that I'm definitely going to be using. I start to pull this one out, and then I decided to use all of these. I'm going to use all of these rub-ons. I talked about it in the last video as well. I just decided to use up as many of these as I could. So these are little suitcases, which is perfect because these 2 spreads were us leaving Myrtle Beach, so we're packing up. I really liked this one. It said chill vibes, which I feel like these photos are giving off some chill vibes. So I'm going to put it right here on this photo. I'm a big fan of words in my scrapbooking. I use a lot of word art, a lot of journaling cards. I just like words. I have words tattooed on me. I'm a big word person. I'm going to start just laying on all of these rub-ons, which is kind of a slow process. But makes for a really fun and dynamic layout in the end. Sort of an ombre dot pattern here, and I thought it would go well underneath that cork. Just kind of really subtle. Cute. So many rub-ons. I like this floral here on top of this chill vibes. I thought that was perfect. There's only so many pictures of the ocean behind you that you need, so it's okay to cover it up a little bit. When I think about where I put things, I often like to feel like they're coming out of corners or coming out of from underneath things, that sort of stuff. I feel like it gives the layout more dimension if you have a lot of, you know, things coming out from underneath things like layers and stuff like that. So that's often the thought process going through my brain when I'm trying to figure out where to put things. Of course, it obviously takes me a while to decide where to put things too. There's that tag that I made in the last video. I'm going to add it to this video because I don't, or this layout because I don't want it to go to waste. Just tuck it right into the corner here. Right here. I feel like there needs to be something in that upper corner though. So I'm going to add this little word bit coming off the top. It definitely needs to have something bridging the gap between the main photo cluster and that word bit up there. So contemplating in my brain what I want to add there. I'm going to add this little pop of purple. So I've got all of the memory keeping stickers, which is always really helpful. I feel like that is a great subscription to have if you're a big memory keeper. Some fun stickers in these packs. Thought about adding some more of those stickers in addition to all the rub-ons, but I decided to go against it. Can't use that Enjoy Summer one because it was not summer. So I decided I'm done with the rub-ons, except for I want one on here to bridge that gap, and also it echoes the same rub-on on the other side of the page, the other side of the spread. So that was a good way to do that. Perfect. Now that the whole thing is connected and looks like I did it on purpose, adding these flower stickers I got everywhere that I cut off of the edge of that rub-on sheet. And then I think I will be done with all these rub-ons. Just going to scatter them around, adding them to that tag that was a little bit blank in places. And this layout actually came together very fast, faster than the other side. We're just about done with it. Trying to figure out like if I want to add a title here or something like that. I decided I don't want to add a title. So I'm going to put these two together. I'm using that one as a size reference. And I'm going to, oh, I know what I'm going to do. Getting out white cardstock, just a plain old white piece of cardstock. And I'm going to trim it down to 9 by 12. And I'm going to mount the whole thing. And of course I do this the stupid way. So I decided that after I do this, I want the edges to be that speckled washi tape. So of course I stick it down and then try and put the washi tape on underneath the layout, and it does not work. So I have to pull the whole thing up again, which is what I do. And then I put the washi tape down on the edges and stick it all back down again. Now I decided to put this on the left-hand side of the spread instead of the right-hand side because it moved the same washi tape on the other page away from the washi on this page. When it was on the left-hand side, you can see they're too close together, but if I put it on the right-hand side, if I switch the whole thing around, then it works better. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you, and I'll see you next time. Thank you!